Swift and Tips podcast.
Yeah, you prepare your courses, but and you already told us that uh, you don't. I mean, you record your sessions in one shot, right? But
Mm. The
anyway,
videos in one shot.
the
Yeah.
videos, yeah, in
Yeah.
one shot.
Yeah.
But anyway, for example, preparing a course,
Mm.
it is not like a random. Hey, today I will talk about anything specifically. No, it's like
Mm.
you need to chronologically, excuse me,
Mm.
chronologically uh, talk about things.
Yes.
Uh, to me, and this is maybe a question that I have. It's complicated to create a course. Like,
Mm.
I mean, where should I start, right?
Yeah.
The level of the people, right? Because if it's a really an entry course, okay, where should I start? Should I start talking about what is a CPU? Should I start
Mm.
about what is a variable? I mean, those kind of questions. So how hard is to make
Mm.
a content, in your opinion?
I mean, creating content, creating courses, it takes a
Courses,
lot of
sorry.
time,
Yeah.
especially when I have a full time job, which is not really, YouTube videos and all that. I have a teaching job, completely different thing. What I usually do is I create obviously an outline of what I will be covering. I will create all the projects beforehand. So if I'm covering, let's say, Swift data, so I will have all the code ready for all the projects that I will do, and then I just go on recording. I don't really script anything. It's not like I have to write anything that, oh, that's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say whatever. Just going to wing it, basically. Whatever
Yeah.
comes to my mind, I'm just going to say it. And sometime I would have like outline. I will change the outline on the fly also. Like, oh, I forgot to talk about debugging. So let's just add the new lecture right underneath this one to add a little bit about debugging for 5 minutes at least.
Yeah.
So it's all in flux, or it's all like a dynamic outline, which I can just change really, really quickly. And
Mhm.
as I mentioned before, most of the videos that you see are just one shot. So they don't. There's no editing, no nothing. It's just one shot video, and I'm done. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. For example, if you had to create a new course right now, let's say, I don't know. Uh, I don't want to spoil that you spoil us about maybe your
Mhm.
next course, but let's say we're talking about Vision OS, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, what do you recommend? I mean, how would you start
Mm.
creating the course? What would be the first topic
Yeah.
about that? Because I mean, there are a lot of things when you can start, but in your opinion,
Yeah, I mean, I think even before the topic, I mean, there will be like a lot of research because I am not that much familiar with Vision OS. So I'll have to go and watch pretty much most of the WWDC videos. I have to read
Mm.
articles, try it out, create some apps. And then when it comes to kind of like a course outline, I would try to find out something that I have already made, like something similar that I already have, which in this case is I already have something similar, which is a
Yeah.
reality kit course I have. So I'll try to follow kind of like the same outline of that. But let's say that if I don't have that outline, then it will take some time for me to create, like, okay, how do I create a hello world in Vision OS? How do I tap on things? How do I pick up things in Vision OS? How do I do physics? So all of those kind of like outline I will have to create. How can I create like a animation effects, and how can I use a reality composer
Yeah.
in Vision OS? So all of those things I have to set it up in an outline. But it really helps if I have already made a similar course.
I see.
Yeah.
And
And by the way, it's a thunderstorm outside, so hopefully you'll hear some thunderstorm. Hopefully our light or the electricity won't go out. That's very common over here in Houston, but just letting you know.
no, it's fine. I'm not hearing anything, so I think we're
Okay.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
you had a good sounding system there.
All right.
Yeah. Um, but for example, since that you have to research, your investigation, making an app. I mean, how much time is that since starting that researching
Mm.
until probably releasing that content?
Yeah.
How,
With Vision OS, since I don't really know anything about Vision OS,
yeah.
and I can only spend the time that I have, which is not much. I think sometime it can take like 2 months, 2.5 months to create a single course. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. I
it's a
mean,
lot of
it
time.
depends on the course by course. I think if you ask me the question how much time it will take you to create a Swift data course, then
Mhm.
I think it will be much faster, because
Okay.
Swift data is a little bit easier for me to pick up because I've already worked with core data.
Yeah.
And Swift data, it just feels like I've worked with a lot of frameworks that are similar to Swift data, like Realm, and there's some other frameworks like Entity Framework, maybe, or
Yeah.
Link to SQL, a little bit similar, but not exactly same. So I can
Mhm.
always refer, like those kind of things, make those reference points. Yeah, but Vision OS, I have little experience. I mean, I have experience with Reality Kit, but not Vision OS, so it might take 2.5 months to create that course.
I
Yeah.
see. No, I mean, no, I mean, it's a good amount of time,
Mm.
and that's a similar amount of time that I have to take for really understand. Because I mean, uh, the point sometimes it's also getting your perspective about how all things work, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the value that you provide, right? And that's
Mhm.
why I can create content, you can create content, and there are other people that will teach the same feature tutorial, but differently with
Yeah.
their own words experience, and that's what makes this community rich, I
Yeah.
will say.
Absolutely.